Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be doing another in my Use It or Lose It series. So in this series, I am going through all of these makeup items that have survived declutter after declutter, and I am going to make myself use them because if I'm keeping them in my collection, I want them to be things that I use. And if I use it and I don't enjoy it, I want to pass it on to somebody who will enjoy it. So the items that I'm looking at in front of me right now, I'm not going to lie, this one, I'm not going to be like,
oh my god, I was so scared to use these.
And then have like a YouTube thumbnail that's like, but to be honest, these made me nervous because these are items that I keep every time there's a declutter. I'm like, this is my favorite thing in the entire world. And then time and time again, when I'm doing my makeup, I'm not reaching for these items. So I want to force myself to use these items today to see if they're really worth keeping in my collection. Now, I do think that they're worth keeping in my collection. There's a couple here where I'm like, am I going to be letting that go today? Am I going to be letting that go? And the chances are there might be a few things that are going to go today because if I use it and I don't like it, it's going. Now I'm going to let you know right up front, a lot of these items are either discontinued or they were limited edition and they're no longer available. And the reason that I do that, like, I know that a lot of videos, you know, I'm letting you know my product recommendations and things that I think you would enjoy, and I give you links in case you want to purchase those yourself. But for this series specifically, I want to do this to also encourage you to look at your collection and use the things that you time and time again keep in your collection, but you're just not using them, and encourage you to bring them out and use them because maybe you'll find that you love it all over again, or maybe you'll find that it's time for it to go. So let's start with my base. For my primer, I'm going to be using the NYX High Glass Primer. I remember loving this before like the Auric Glow Lust came along, before the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter came along. It's just such a beautiful glowy base, or at least it was. It feels almost empty. So honestly, it's probably time for this to go just based on expiration, but we're going to use it anyway because I like to live on the edge. Oh, guys, there's nothing in here. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed. I have to admit, I'm actually embarrassed that this has been sitting on my shelf empty because, what? That's embarrassing. Okay, well, I guess we are going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter today. Wow, Linda. I'm not gonna lie, when I looked at this collection of stuff, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm definitely gonna get rid of some stuff. There's some stuff in here that probably needs to go. And that was one of those items that I looked at and I was like, you know what, expiration date wise, that's probably got to go. I didn't think it was freaking empty though. Gosh, this is still a base that I know and I love. It really gives my skin a nice luminosity. So for foundation, I'm a bit nervous about this one too. So this is the Anastasia Luminous Foundation. When I first used this, I really enjoyed it, okay? Here's the weirdness with it. The pump has been semi-broken since I got it. So a lot of times you will pump it and barely anything comes out. And I know this sounds stupid, but because of that, I sort of avoided using this for a while. I want to go back and see if I actually enjoy this foundation or not, because if not, it's got to go. I'm just going to keep saying that. Like, look, can you see the amount that comes out? That's like not even a drop size. So I have to squirt it like 5 times just to get it for one cheek. But let's see, I'm going to dot this all over my face. This is probably a tiny bit light for me right now, but it's not too bad. And what I've been enjoying doing lately is putting on with a brush and then just kind of pouncing it in with a wet sponge, like any foundation, just to kind of blend that in fully. Putting that directly on my eye was a crappy way to find out I didn't squeeze enough water out of the sponge. All right, so just so you can see, this side of my face has the foundation on it, this side doesn't. When I look up close, oh, you know what, I mean, it's a beautiful finish. I thought I was going to get rid of this today. I thought I was going to get rid of this today. This finish is beautiful. It is completely luminous and it looks very skin-like. My freckles are still very much showing through. I do see some, you know, it's like settling in under my eyes a little bit, but I genuinely think that's just because my sponge was too wet and a bunch of water just came out. So I'm just kind of blending that in with a brush, but it's such a pretty finish. Again, it gives a glow, but it's not too much. It's definitely luminous. It is not a matte foundation, but gosh, why do I almost get annoyed when I wind up keeping stuff from this this series? So again, this shade is a tiny bit light for me right now. This is going to be kind of my wintertime skin, but it's still just, the luminosity is really lovely. It's really, really lovely. It does a nice job of, you know, just kind of evening things out And I did a very light layer. You can absolutely build this up, but I'm somebody who likes a lighter coverage foundation, so do with that what you will. But yeah, I really like it. And to be honest, I don't even think that I want to use concealer today because I don't think my under eye circles are too bad. And even if they are, maybe it's time to embrace them. For powder, if you've watched my channel at all before, you know that like I'm not a huge fan of powder in general. But let's use this. This is the only loose powder in my entire collection. This is the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder. I don't use a whole lot of powder, again, so I'm just going to very lightly take this and tap this under my eyes just to kind of set things there because I don't want that creasing and moving around. And we will see how I like the finish. Again, this is one of those things that keeps surviving all these declutters because I'm like, oh, I need to have a loose powder. But do I if I'm not using it? So let's see. I'm just going in and setting all the areas I would normally set. I wouldn't normally use this tiny brush, but I thought I was just going to be setting my one like under eye. So yeah, it looks nice right now. I mean, it's nothing extraordinary, but it looks nice. So, okay, this is turning out interesting. All right, the hair is going back because we are about to move on to the eyes. Before I get really into the eyes, I'm just running some of the Kosas Air Brow through my eyebrows. I don't have many eyebrow products, and the ones that I have, I definitely use them all. So I am just doing this super quick to have a little something in there. That's it. I'm keeping them quite natural today. So the eyeshadow palette. Some of you are going to gasp that I'm even questioning this, but if I'm being honest with myself, I haven't used it as much as I would like to. So today I am going to be using the Colourpop and Raw Beauty Kristi at Forest Sight palette. Now, every time I look at this color story, my heart goes pitter patter, okay? It really, really does. I think this is stunning. I think it is so incredibly beautiful. But if I'm not using it enough, like I feel like it's got to go. So what do I want to do with this today? Well, here, let me show you some other eye stuff that I have. This is something that I have used. You can tell if you look at it that I've used this once, just once. So this is one of the Melt Gel liners, and this color is Wallflower. It's just a dirty olive green. These, for me, I love these as eyeshadow bases. So if I were to do that with this shade Fiddlehead down at the bottom, that could be kind of delicious. But I also have all 4 of the Super Shock shadows from the collection and the eyeliners from the collection. Like, I'm not using this stuff enough. So I think, though, what I might do, I'm not going to use all the Super Shocks or all the eyeliners, but this color, Like a Moss, it's hard to tell, but well, no, you can kind of see it. It definitely has a green tinge to it. It's like a gold green. It almost even has some like blue sparkle in there. Really freaking pretty, but again, I haven't used it in so long, and these do dry out. So let's see what we can do. I definitely want to use this. Let's start off with the Wallflower. Wallflower, is that what it's called? Yeah, let's start off with the Wallflower base. I don't know if I want to use my finger or a brush. We will go ahead and use a fluffy brush. This is the Luxie 213, the little one. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this. It's still very, very creamy. And again, I'm just using this as a base for that shadow. So putting this all, oh my gosh, this color. I love green. You guys, why don't I just use this commonly? Like, this would be such an easy one and done kind of shadow for me to do. Just going out the door. Like, why do I not? It's so creamy. The color, like, it looks so intimidating in the pot, I feel like, but on the eyes, it's just this like pretty mossy green. Oh, beautiful. That probably took me 30 seconds, and I could stop there. I love it so much, but I'm not going to. Okay, so let me take a look and see what I'm going to do here. Okay, what I think I want to do is a halo eye. So I want to do Emerald City on the outer and inner corner. Further in the middle will be Fiddlehead, which will match this color. Chanterelle, this mustardy lemon or mustardy color in the crease, and then Old Growth, which is kind of a pinky neutral, will go right above that to blend it all out. And because I want to use several colors, so I'm going to start with Chanterelle, which is that lemon lime. I don't know why I keep calling it lemon lime. It's nowhere near lemon lime. It is straight mustard. And I'm going to take that on a fluffy brush, tap this off. This is going to go just in the crease. See, why am I not using this more? Like, this quality of Colourpop, like this specific palette, I feel like is the best quality, some of the best quality Colourpop ever, period, if not the best. Delicious. Now I'm going to dip right into Old Growth, which again is just like, it's kind of, it's not quite skin tone color for me. It is just, it's more pink than that, but I'm just putting that right on the outer edges to blend it out. All right, now it's time for the goodies. So I'm going to start with Fiddlehead, actually. So I'm loading this brush up with Fiddlehead, and what's interesting, I only barely see it on the brush. Let's see if I can see it on the eye. Oh, I can see it. I can see it. So we will deepen this up more. Wow, I can really see it. Why couldn't I see it on the brush? We'll deepen this up more, but I'm putting this on almost the outer half of the lid, and then I'm going to put it on the inner half of the lid as well, and then connect it in the center. But wow, this color is really, really popping over that base. Taking a clean brush and just kind of blending out that edge. I don't know if you can tell, but what's weird is I'm not loving the blend here, and I don't know if that, and that's above where the base is, so it's not the base's fault. I don't know if that's the problem of the eyeshadow or me. I can't quite tell, but we shall see. I just keep kind of going back and forth and punching up the colors here and there because I really want, you know, the yellow to continue to stand out, and I want those greens to stand out. I want it all to stand out. So now I'm going into Emerald City, which is the darkest green in here. I'm going to tap it off. This is going to go on the very outer corner and very inner corner. That's pulling very blue. Interesting. Liking it. I'm liking the way it's turning out. It's very like grungy, but I can't do this without going into, wait, I said I was going, never mind, wait, hold up. Okay, hold on. Wait, I'm going to take a little more Fiddlehead, and I am going to kind of connect a little bit in the center. I thought I was going to leave this completely open, but there we go. Just a little dabble do ya. I wanted to go in with the Like a Moss Super Shock Shadow, the one that has that green tinge to it, and see what this will look like in the center. It still feels very creamy and, you know, not dried out at all. Oh, wow. Oh, putting that down as the base really made that like green gold come out. Oh, that's beautiful. Is it just me, or did that kind of like pull the look together? Wow. Oh my gosh, that's just like, pow, wow, that's insane. So for the under eyes, I'm going to use this liner in Spare Time. I thought it said Spare Tire. I'm like, that seems like a weird name for this collection, which is very like earthy. And I'm going to put that right under my lower lash line to start. You know what? I'm also going to put this, let's see if this goes on my waterline. I'm going to add a little bit of Emerald City there and just kind of blend those together. Whew, she's smoky. Ooh, okay, I'm really liking that. So I am going to go ahead and let's curl the lashes. This mascara that I'm going to use is like a cult favorite, and it's not that I dislike it, but it's just in my little drawer of open mascaras, this is one I feel like I reach for the least. So this is the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. This is, I believe, a tubing mascara, and I feel like this is one that's really good for separation. Yeah, it's got one of those rubbery plastic brushes, which are not my favorite, but let's try it with this look to see what we think. Yeah, I think that I'm going to continue to use this for this look. I think this is not my thing. It is very good at separating lashes. It's great for that. But here's my thing. Like, I have pretty long separated lashes as it is. So when I look for a mascara, I'm usually not looking for something that separates and lengthens. I'm looking for thickness. This doesn't give me really any thickness. It does, you know, color my lashes darker than they normally are. But it's not giving me, but damn, on the lower lashes, whoo, that's pretty good. Okay, but damn, did I just find a good lower lash mascara? Because that's insane. Like, damn, wow. Okay, interesting though. I will say I'm seeing quite a bit of like creasing in only the spots where I put the powder. So I'm seeing it here, I'm seeing it here, and I'm seeing it around my nose. And those are the only spots that I put powder. Interesting. For my blush highlight, I hope that it goes with this look because I wasn't really considering what look I was going to do when I picked this out. What I'm going to go with is this Melt highlighter in Genesis, and it is just this really peachy pink shimmery color. I don't even know if this is going to be intense enough for this look, but we're going to try it. But I use this, or I used to use this as a very like luminous blush rather than just as a highlighter. I mean, like, look how pink that is. Like, so for me, this is not a, okay, we're going to blend it out. We're going to blend her out. That's real intense. I have thoughts. Can you guys even see it? And if you can, what do you think? Because right now, I do not love this at all. I do feel, and maybe it's because I'm getting older, I'm willing to admit that, but I feel like there's sparkle just kind of sitting on top of my skin, whereas I like my highlighter to blend with the skin. I don't care if it's a natural color or not, but like this is just like sitting there. No matter how much I kind of pounce it in, it just looks powdery on top of my skin. So I want to go ahead and warm that up. So I'm going to use this other thing that I haven't used in a minute. It's another Melt product. This is the Monarcha blush palette. I still love this, but the color that I want to try, let me see. I want to use this. So this is Sonrisa, and it is a matte blush, and it is very pigmented. I am taking the tiniest amount, but like I want to kind of warm that up just a little bit because right now it's very like icy pink, and I don't feel that that's going with this kind of earthy, grungy look. Oh, that helped a little bit, I think. Wow, okay, so that's actually more blush than I usually wear, but I'm not mad about it. I think that helped a lot, actually. Okay, cool. Wow, are we already at lips? Okay, for lips, I do want to do a more brown lip. So I am going to start with this lip liner. This is by Melt. This is in Headbang. This is something I do use all the time, even though, like, can you see it's one of those things where the pencil is completely popped out? I hate that. I just did a very light line because I don't want it to be anything crazy, but this is the Melt lipstick, an ultra matte lipstick in Mural. And I feel like I loved this, but damn, doesn't that look so orange? Let's try it. I hate it. I hate this color on me. Why would I keep this? Oh my God. Nope, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. Why would I? No. You know what, while we're at it, let's try the other Melt lipstick I have. This one's Frisky. So this one I think is better because this is more like a pinky brown tone nude. And it is, to be fair, the kind of lipstick color I really like, but let's see. I think this color kind of brings the warmth that I like without it being orange. But now, I want to gloss it up. We are going to use this one because it's old as crap. Let me see, does it smell? Oh, it smells good actually. So this is the Dose of Colors lip gloss in Brillo. This is like a pinky champagne with gold sparkle. Well, that's just stunning. All right, so here is the finished look as we came up with it. Let's go over each item I used and I will let you know my thoughts. So we're going to start with the Anastasia. No, I'm lying. We're going to start with the NYX High Glass Primer. That was fucking empty. What? Ow! This is something that's obviously going. The Anastasia Luminous Foundation. So again, I'm not judging based on the areas where I used powder. Where I didn't though, it's beautiful. Like it's got this luminosity to it that I really think comes through nicely and is just really pretty. So this is a keep. I'm excited to use this maybe more in like the winter time, but like my skin feels really good too. So that's a plus. The Beauty Bakery Flower Powder, this is gonna go. I don't like where my skin has taken the powder. It does not look good on me. And again, I feel like this is something I was only keeping because, oh my God, you have to have at least one loose powder. Why? If I don't like wearing powder in the first place, why would I keep this? So this is something that's going to go. All right, we are on to the eyes. Let's start with my base. Oh my God, just why don't I use this every day? Do you see how stunning this is? Let me see if this is still available. I hope it is. Ah, it's not available anymore, but like every single one of the Melt Gel liners I really love when I remember to use them. So this is a definite keep, and I know I should have known this. I know I should have known this, but the At Forest Sight palette, I love it so much. I love it so freaking much. And I knew the color story, like every time I look at it, I think it's beautiful, but I kept keeping it and not using it. I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot more use out of this now. So that's a keep. The liner, I think, did a nice job. Do I feel like it's above and beyond any green liner I've ever used? No, but I like it. This, Like a Moss, Super Shock Shadow. I love this. I love it so much. Like, I can't believe that green shift. Actually, any of the Super Shocks I've used, I just am so in love with them. And I need to remember to use them more. Now, I feel like I had some weirdness with these two, Mycelium and Olympic, because they were so similar, but we'll see. And this one I know that I've used before, like plenty of times. This one is Campfire. God, these feel like wet. And this is just a beautiful metallic golden orangey bronzy fire color. But again, really beautiful, and I don't use these nearly enough. So the mascara, it's so funny because I was putting it on and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get rid of this. This is going. And then I put it on my bottom lashes, and that is one area where I do like length and separation. My bottom lashes have never looked this good. It's so hard to show on camera, but they are like so long and like almost spidery, which I like on my bottom lashes. So I'm going to keep this just for my bottom lashes. Is that weird? No, it's not, because I feel like everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people will get those mascaras with those teeny tiny brushes just for their bottom lashes, or they'll buy that like weird fan brush, the little tiny one, just for their bottom lashes. So if I'm just going to keep one shadow or one mascara for my bottom lashes, I don't think that's that bad. The cheeks. I think I've got to let this go. I think I've got to let it go. I'm letting go the Melt Genesis highlighter because the way that it's set, see what sucks though is that layered, it's so pretty, but I think I have things that do this better that I like more. I'm going to let this go. I'm letting go a Melt product. The Melt Monarcha palette though, that is definitely staying. Now, to be fair, these two shades I use very often. The other four I don't use as often, but today I did use Sonrisa and I really liked it. I feel like it helped to warm up the look nicely and make it match the eyes a little bit more, so I'm happy with that. As far as lipsticks, okay, Mural, no, that's gotta go. That was like that orangey brown, like actually looked like baby diarrhea on my face. Disgusting, but Frisky, I really like. I like that color, and especially with this lip gloss. Ooh, my lips are looking juicy, and I'm pretty happy about it. Okay, so that's it. I love doing this series, and I think that this is the most I've let go of, right? Is it? So I'm letting go of this. I'm letting go of the powder. I'm letting go of this lipstick. Okay, that's only, no, wait, can we say I'm getting rid of this? I'm going to, and I'm going to say I got rid of 4 things because I want to be proud of myself. But I love doing this series because it forces me to use these things that I commonly, I'm like, no, that's the best blank ever, and then I don't use it. Like, what is actually wrong with me? This is the only one that I keep going back and forth on, I'll be honest, because I do love the glow that's here, and that is definitely from this and not the other blush I put on top, so I don't know. But up close, it does look powdery. Tell me what you think. Should I get rid of this or should I keep it? What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. But thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for your support on this series. I know a lot of you like it, and I love doing these. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up so I know to do more of these. And all of the things that I can find that are still available will be linked in the description box down below. And just thank you so much for watching. You all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all GlitterFallout. And as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars, and I love you so much with my whole heart. Like this whole heart. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.